So what is, so we start duality in LPP. Duality in LPP says that with every linear programming problem, there always exists another linear programming problem based upon same data and having same solution. That means for every linear programming problem, there always exists another problem which have same solution. This property of linear programming problem is called as duality in LPP. The original problem we is called as primal problem, whereas associated problem or other problem is called as dual problem. However, any of these problems can be treated as primal and dual. So both primal and dual are simultaneously called as primal dual pair. How we formulate the dual problem? So dual problem is formulated from the primal problem. So first we have is follow the step of formulating linear programming problem, which will give our primal problem. Then we convert the constraint of a linear programming problem into standard form using slack and surplus variables only. We did not use artificial variable. We did not convert the objective function of our primal problem. That is, if primal problem was minimization type, then it will remain minimization type. If it is maximization type, then it will remain maximization type. No conversion of objective function will be done. If any variable is non-restricted, then that is converted into the difference of two restricted variable which were non-negatively restricted. And for converting the constraint into equal to form, we use slack and surplus variable only. Artificial variables are not used. Then second step said identify the decision variable for the dual problem, and the number of dual variables will be equal to the number of constraints in primal problem. If there are three variables in decision variables in primal problem and four constraints are available, then the number of dual variables will be 4. So how many number of constraint in primal problem will be taken as the number of constraints in number of decision variables in the dual problem. Third step says write the objective function of dual problem. While writing the objective function of dual problem, the constants for the constraint, that is the values available on the right hand side of constraint, will be taken as cost coefficient. And if primal will be of maximization type, then dual will be of minimization type. And if primal is minimization type, then dual problem will be of maximization type. Fourth step said define the constraint of dual problem. So for defining the constraint of dual problem, the column constraint coefficients will be taken as row constraint coefficient of dual problem. And if the primal problem is maximization type, then sign of each constraint of dual problem will be less than equal to, sorry, if primal is maximization type, then sign of constraint of dual will be greater than equal to, and if primal is minimization type, then sign of each and every constraint of dual problem will be less than equal to type. Dual variable will be unrestricted. If any of the restriction holds, then that will be directly obtained by the constraints. So for example, or for specifying the formulation of dual problem, consider the linear programming problem in maximization type. The problem is maximizing the objective function z is equals to c1 x1 plus c2 x2 plus so on cn xn, subject to constraint a11 x1 plus a12 x2 plus so on a1n xn is equals to b1, sorry, is less than equal to b1. A21 x1 plus a22 x2 plus a2n xn is less than equal to b2. So on am1 x1 plus am2 x2 plus so on amn xn less than equals to bm, and all the decision variables are non-negatively restricted. Then its dual will be, so for finding the dual, first we decide about the dual variables. So I have taken W1, W2 up to Wm as the decision variables for dual problem. Here you can see the number of constraints are m. So the number of dual variables will also be m. So there will be m dual variables, which I will be denoted by W1, W2 and so on Wm. Now second step said write the objective function. So the constant on the right, that is B1, B2, so on Bm of the constraints will be taken as cost coefficient in the primal problem, and cost coefficient in the dual problem, and the objective function of primal is maximization type, so objective function of dual will be minimization type. So the objective function for dual problem will be minimum of Z1 is equals to B1 W1 plus B2 W2 so on Bm Wm. Now next step set to convert the to form the constraints of dual problem. So for forming the constraint of dual problem, these coefficients, these are column coefficients am11, a21, so on am1. These will be taken as row coefficient, that is the coefficient of first constraint. Similarly, a12, a22, am2, these will be taken as the coefficient of second constraint, and A1 and A2 and AMN will be constraint coefficient for last constraint, that is nth constraint of the dual problem. So the constraint of dual problem will become A11 W1, A21 W2 plus so on AM1 Wm greater than equals to C1. The cost coefficient of primal will be taken as the constant of constraint for dual problem. That is B replaced C and C replaced B. And objective function of primal is maximization type. So you can see here the sign of constraint is greater than equal to. Similarly, second constraint will become A12 W1, A22 W2 plus so on AM2 Wm greater than equals to C2. That is this one. Similarly, last constraint can be written as A1 and W1 plus A2 and W2 plus so on AM and Wm greater than equals to Cn. And it is already told that the dual variables will be unrestricted. Similarly, in case of minimization type problem, we can obtain dual in same manner. So the objective function of dual will become maximum of Z1 is equals to B1 W1 plus B2 W2 so on Bm Wm. Subject to the constraint A11 W1, A21 W2 so on AM1 Wm less than equals to C1. As objective of primal problem is minimization type, so constraint coefficient of dual will always be less than equal to type. That is this one. A11 W1 plus A21 W2 plus so on AM1 Wm. Similarly, other constraints can be written. And again, the dual variables will be unrestricted. But instead of this, it will be better to use the matrix form of the linear programming problem for the formulation of dual problem. For primal matrix form, the primal dual pair can be defined as follows. If primal is of maximization type, that is, it can be written as maximum of Z is equals to C transpose X, AX is equals to B, X greater than equal to 0. Then its dual will be primal is maximization, dual will be minimization type. And instead of C, we use the constant, that is B. So minimum of Z1 is equals to B transpose W. W represents the decision variables for dual problem. And constraint will become A transpose W greater than equal to C. Here objective of primal is maximization. So the constraint of dual will be greater than equal to. And instead of a, row coefficients are converted into the column coefficient and column is converted into the row. That is, a matrix is transposed. So here you can see the matrix of constraint coefficient is nothing but the transpose of the constraint coefficient of primal problem. That is A transpose W. Similarly, if primal problem is minimization, it is written as minimum of Z is equals to C transpose X. Ax is equals to B and X is greater than equal to 0. Then its dual will become maximum of Z1 is equals to B transpose W. A transpose W is less than equal to C. Again, primal is minimization type. So the sign of dual constraints will be less than equal to. And dual variables will be unrestricted. It will become more clear with the help of following example. Here, I have taken the problem as minimum of Z is equals to 2x1 plus 3x2 plus 4x3 subject to constraint 2x1 plus 3x2 plus 5x3 greater than equal to 2. 3x1 plus x2 plus 7x3 is equals to 3. x1 plus 4x2 plus 6x3 less than equal to 5. Now for obtaining the dual of it, first we convert the problem into the standard form without changing the form of objective function. Here you can see the two variables x1 and x2 are non-negatively restricted, whereas x3 is unrestricted. So first x3 is expressed as a difference of two decision variables which are non-negatively restricted. I have taken x3 as x3 dash minus x3 double dash. X3 dash is non-negatively restricted as well as x3 double dash is also non-negatively restricted. Now we put it into the linear programming problem and use the slack and surplus variable. So objective function will become minimization of Z is equals to 2x1 plus 3x2 plus 4x3 dash minus 4x3 double dash. That is 4 into x3 minus x3, 4 into x3 dash minus x3 double dash, which will give 4x3 dash minus 4x3 double dash. Similarly, first constraint is greater than equal to type. So surplus variable is introduced in this one. So it will become 2x1 plus 3x2 plus 5x3 dash minus 5x3 double dash minus s1 is equals to 2. Second constraint contain equal to sign. So neither surplus variable nor the slack variable is used. And it would become 3x1 plus x2 plus 7x3 dash minus 7x3 double dash is equals to 3. Third constraint is less than equal to type. So here we use slack variable and it would become x1 plus 4x2 plus 6x3 dash minus 6x3 double dash plus s2 is equals to 5. And all the decision variables x1, x2, x3 dash, x3 double dash, s1 and s2, all the 6 variables are non-negatively restricted. Now we convert the problem into the matrix form. So here you can see the cost coefficients matrix would become coefficient of x1 that is 2, then coefficient of x3 3, then coefficient of x3 dash 4, then coefficient of x3 double dash as minus 4. So C will become 2, 3, 4, minus 4, 0 and 0. 0 and 0 for cost coefficient of slack and surplus variable. So it can be written as in this form 2, 3, 4, minus 4, 0, 0. And x vector will contain x1, x2, x3 dash, x3 double dash, s1 and s2. Now the constraint would be converted. So first constraints coefficient are 2, 3, 5, minus 5, 1 and for s2 it will be 0. So first row will become 2, 3, 5, minus 5, minus 1 and 0. Here you can see it is same. Similarly, second will become 3, 1, 7, minus 7 and both slack and surplus variables are active. So it will take 0 and 0. So it will become 3, 1, 7, minus 7, 0, 0. Similarly, third constraint will become 1, 4, 6, minus 6, 0, and 1. And the matrix will remain same. X vector will be x1, x2, x3 dash, x3 double dash, s1 and s2. The matrix B will become the coefficients 2, 3 and 5. And all the variables are non-negatively restricted. So vector x should be greater than equal to 0. Now we convert it into the dual problem. So here you can see the objective function is minimization type. So dual of this will become maximization type. And instead of C, we use B transpose. So it will go there. It will become 2, 3, 5 as a row vector. And W1, W2, W3 will be our dual variables. So the objective function of dual variable will become maximum of Z1 is equals to 2, 3, 4, W1, W2, W3. Now it is a matrix, that is matrix of constraint coefficient. So while writing dual, it is transposed. That is 2, 3, 1 will become first row, 3, 1, 4 will become second row, 5, 7, 6 will become third row, minus 5, minus 7, minus 6 will become fourth row, and so on. And objective function of primal was greater than equal to type. So the dual constraint will be contain less than equal to sign. So the constraint would become this one, that is A transpose into W1, W2, W3 less than equal to here transpose of C matrix, that is 2, 3, 4, minus 4, 0 and 0. And dual variables will be unrestricted. Now we multiply these matrices, then we easily obtain the constraint of dual problem. So the objective function will become 2W1 plus 3W2 plus 4W3. Subject to constraint, multiply this one. It will give 2W1 plus 3W2 plus W3 is less than equals to 2. Second constraint will be 3. W1 plus W2 plus 4W3 is less than equal to 3. Third constraint will become 5W1 plus 7W2 plus 6W3 less than equal to 4. Fourth constraint will become minus 7W1 minus 5W1 minus 7W2 minus 6W3 less than equal to minus 4. Fifth constraint will become minus W1 less than equal to 0, and sixth constraint will become W3 less than equal to 0. That is, these are the six constraints. Now for linear programming problem, generally the constants in constraint does not contain negative sign, whereas the constant on the right hand side of fourth constraint is containing negative sign. So fourth constraint is multiplied by minus 1. So we can write it 5W1 plus 7W2 plus 6W3 greater than equal to 4. Now if you see the constraint number 3 and constraint number 4, that is here the left hand side coefficients and equations are same, that is 5W1 plus 7W2 plus 6W3, whereas sign in both the constraints are opposite. Constraint third have less than equal to sign, whereas constraint 4 has greater than equal to sign. That means constraint 3 and 4 contradict each other. But it may be true if equal to sign holds. That is, if and only if the equality holds, then both constraint will agree. So we write the third and fourth instead of third and fourth constraint, we write 5W1 plus 7W2 plus 6W3 is equals to 4. Neither it will be less than equal to nor it will be greater than equal to. The constraint 5 gives the not negativity restriction for variable W1. That is W1 greater than equal to 0. Whereas W3 is non-positively restricted. That means W3 less than equal to 0. So we have obtained two different restriction. One is non-negativity restriction and other is non-positivity restriction, where as W2 is remain unrestricted. So here you can see the restrictions. If hold, then that will be directly obtained from the constraint instead of taking them as non-negatively restricted or non-positively restricted or any other restriction that would come from the constraint of primal. Now we discuss one theorem which said the dual of dual is primal. So for proving it without loss of generality, we take the primal problem as maximization of Z is equals to C transpose X, AX is equals to B, and X greater than equal to 0. That is primal problem in the standard form. Now it's dual. By default, I have shown you the in the table, its dual will be minimum of Z1 is equals to B transpose X W, A transpose W greater than equals to C. By mistaken, it is written as 0. It will be C. A transpose W greater than equal to C, and W will be unrestricted. Now we convert this problem, this dual problem into the standard form. So the standard form is of this will become, so for as W is unrestricted, first we express it as a difference of two non-negatively restricted variables W1 and W2. That is, take W is equals to W1 minus W2 such that W1 is greater than equal to 0 and W2 is greater than equal to 0. Now we put this difference into the objective function as well as in the constraint and involve the select as all the constraints are greater than equal to type. So use surplus variable for all the constraints. So the dual will become minimum of Z1 is equals to minus B transpose W1 minus W2, or you can write it as BW1 minus B transpose W1 minus B transpose W2. Constraint will become A transpose W1 minus W2 minus I into S. S represents the number of surplus variable equal to the number of constraints, and I is the identity matrix. C is cost matrix, and W1, W2 and S will be non-negatively restricted. It can also be written as minimum of Z1 is equals to, now it is converted into the matrix form. So minimum of Z1, coefficient of W1 will be B transpose, coefficient of W2 will be minus B transpose, and coefficient of surplus variable will be 0. And decision variables will contain W1, W2 and S. Similarly, constraint will become minus A transpose minus A transpose and minus I. And its decision variables will be W1, W2 and S equals to C. By mistaken here it is written as I, it will be taken as minus I. And variables are non-negatively restricted. Now it is converted into the dual problem. So it is minimization type, it will become maximization type. And dual variables are taken as Y. So it will become maximization of Z is equals to C transpose Y. A minus I into Y less than equals to B minus B and 0. Which will give, and Y is unrestricted. As dual variables are unrestricted, so dual of dual, in dual of dual, the Y variable will also be unrestricted. Or multiply these matrices, then the dual will become maximum of Z is equals to C transpose Y. AY is less than equal to B minus AY less than equals to minus B, which can also be written as AY greater than equal to B. that is multiply by -1. And third one will give minus y less than equals to 0, or which would be multiplied by -1, that will give y greater than equal to 0. So here it is obtained y is greater than equal to 0. So the decision variables are non-negatively restricted and it comes from the constraint of primal. Now again, constraints, both the constraints ay less than equal to b and ay greater than equal to b contradict each other. So we take it as ay is equals to b. And y is the notation for the dual variable. So notation can be anything. We are changing it to x. So instead of y we are taking as x, then our objective function and problem dual of dual will become maximization of z is equals to c transpose x, ax is equals to b, and x is non-negatively restricted, that is x is greater than equal to 0. And if you compare it with its primal problem, that is first problem which I have taken in the starting, it is same as that one. So we can say that dual of dual is primal. Now one more thing, the relation between solution of primal and dual problem. If the solution of primal problem is optimum, then solution of dual will also be optimum. If the solution of primal problem will be infeasible, then the solution of dual problem will be unbounded. And if solution of primal problem is unbounded, then solution of dual will be infeasible. So it is all about